Most behavior problems in cats are natural behaviors which were appropriate in the wild. But now that our friends are domesticated and usually indoors, we have deemed these behaviors totally undesirable. The two most common feline behavior complaints that we have to deal with are scratching and litter box problems. Handling these behavior problems can be frustrating if we let them, but if you approach them rationally, they can be treated. Let's start with scratching. Cats need to scratch. It's natural for them to go through the motions. They love to knead, and they use this behavior as one way to mark their territory. Scratching also helps remove the worn-out layers of their claws. You don't want to, and you can't stop the behavior, but what you can do is to train your cat or redirect him to scratch on what you want him to, like a scratching post or a pad. Ideally, place this post near his sleeping area in his safe room to get him used to using it at first. If your cat is scratching your drapes, carpeting, bedspreads, etc., you should be able to redirect him to appropriately placed alternative scratch surfaces. Firstly, so he doesn't continue to damage the inappropriate surfaces, you should clip his toenails as short as possible and place a scratching pad or post in or near these inappropriate areas. These can be purchased or easily made. Now, if you're going to make one, try to use an upholstery or carpet with vertically oriented threads. Once in place, take your cat up to these new surfaces and rub his paws on the surface of the scratching post. His scent glands are in his pads, so he'll be placing his own scent on these new surfaces. You can also try rubbing some catnip on the post, as some cats are attracted to this. Your cat will start returning to his new pad or post to do his scratching. Once he's trained to his new location, you can either leave the post there or start to move it very gradually, a few inches each day, to an area you've already chosen. If the cat doesn't stop scratching the old surfaces, you'll need to do something to keep him away from these areas. If you can catch him in the act, one way is to spray him with water using a plant spray or squirt bottle, or with a foghorn to startle him every time he scratches at his inappropriate location. If you can't catch him in the act, you'll need to barricade the area, lay aluminum foil or heavy plastic wrap over the area, or double-sided tape with balloons, which cats hate when they pop. You can also try the newer motion detectors. Now, what if nothing seems to work and your cat continues to ruin your home? One option is to put your cat back into a safe room every time you leave your home. What about having your cat declawed? I know for many this is a dirty word, and some veterinarians and cat owners strongly oppose this procedure. Firstly, I would like to dispel the myth that declawing will change a cat's basic nature and personality. 3 recent independent studies by veterinary behaviorists all concluded that cats suffered no behavior changes after being declawed. And furthermore, owners were more inclined to cuddle up with declawed cats and allow them more quality time on furniture because they were less concerned about the cat doing damage. If anything, they concluded that it brought owners and cats closer together. I feel that as another option, especially considering the newer, safer surgical techniques like laser surgery, or the disturbing alternatives of having to give your cat away or make it an outdoor cat, which, as I mentioned earlier, in most situations can be very dangerous, declawing can be a viable option. If and when declawing, make sure you have only the front feet done. Never declaw the back feet. There's yet another alternative which those of you who are strongly opposed to declawing should find interesting. It's called soft paws, which are small, molded vinyl nail caps which are placed and glued over a cat's freshly clipped nails. The caps usually stay in place for 4 to 8 weeks until the cat's nails grow out, at which time a new set is applied. Your cat will still knead and go through the scratching motions, but with the soft paws, he can't do any damage.